the session I'll just cover what is Ab Initio actually, and like how like Ab Initio is coming into like how what are the various important like in a real time environment with the help of Ab Initio, what are the other things, because if you come to in the real time environment, we know Ab Initio is an ETL tool. Okay, and it is like it is installed in generally in Windows. It will have like something like GD. Okay, see, Sheikh, I am not going today in deep level of Ab Initio, and just I am telling the overview like what are the things which happens in the real time environment. You know, like when you really work in Ab Initio. Like as you know, like it is an ETL, so it is an extraction transformation loading. Everything goes in this software, and like it is again installed in the Unix system. Like GD will be installed in the Unix system, and it's having another thing called a operating system, which will be again installed in the Unix system, and this is nothing but Ab Initio programs in terms of the apps, which will be again, the flow will be like the top flow will be autosys. Actually, autosys is nothing but a scheduler where we are creating one job. Okay, as part of that job, the graph which got developed as part of this Ab Initio environment, that will be called as part of that autosys job. Okay, and that autosys job sometimes either call a graph, and in terms of the graph also sometimes we are calling some of the scripts also. Okay, so that like the flow is like that. So autosys, graph, then script. Okay, or autosys, unit script, and graph. So these are this is the flow actually, how the things are working, and the input as well as the output for the Ab Initio system might be any of the third party like Oracle, like Unix, as well as SAP, as well as like any third party system from where we can extract the data or we can load the data. That is what E stands for extraction. Okay, extraction be the source might be same as well as might be different also. So another thing, the source might be either even file, either it might be tables. I think lot of facilities in terms of Ab Initio in order to extract as well as in order to load. So when it comes to transform part, then we are doing the changes. If you want to change whatever form of the data which is coming as part of this as part of the ETL, if you want to change the structure of the data, if you want to rename the data, whatever kind of transformation you want to do, so that kind of things we are doing as part of this Ab Initio transform. You got it? What I'm telling? Hello?
Yeah, Bliss, yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what like. So the flow is the top level will be the autosys, what we told, that is a scheduler where we are configuring one job which internally calls a graph, which is nothing but an Ab Initio program. That graph again internally calls all the components or all the programs. It is designed in such a way that what you want to do as part of this ETL, that will be defined in terms of autosys will be scheduled. Autosys will be have it's a scheduler where you define when this particular job is supposed to get executed, and what are the various machines are supposed to in which machine the respective program is supposed to get called, when it is going to start it, what is the dependencies as part of this job. Like all those details will be scheduled. All these details will be set in this autosys scheduler. Okay, then comes the graph program. Okay, and either
Okay.
Unix or, as I already told, it will be the Unix scripts are also being called. In terms, it will again call the graph or else script. So this is the flow actually, what in the real time how it happens. So now coming to Ab Initio. So like as you see the second slide, like what does it mean? So Ab Initio, as you know, it's a Latin word, so it is starting from the beginning. Okay, and It is starting from the beginning. So okay. and and as you know, right, Omniscient software solves the problem like faced by the architects and all. Actually, like why Ab Initio came into picture is like see, there are a lot of ETL tools. When you should go for Ab Initio, there is a reason why we should go for Ab Initio. When the data volume is very high, then blindly you can say it is best to use an Ab Initio. That is the reason from long time onwards it is there in the market. Okay,
Okay.
Ab Initio is not only an ETL tool, it is a metadata environment also. It is having a metadata. It has, when we say it is having scalability, that means it can be compatible enough to any of the operating system like Windows, like Unix, like mainframe. Okay, and even these are the things. These are the various operating system. World's half of the systems are like this system only. That is the reason it has a very good scalability, and we can install Ab Initio in any of the system. So when you say the like metadata management and integration, then what? That means any kind of source or any kind of target we can configure in this Ab Initio software to make the metadata, to make the system more robust, and we can know what is happening where in which point of time by looking to the logs. Okay, so that is what is important. That is the reason
Okay.
Ab Initio, like other ETL2 doesn't give this much clear functionality and what is happening at which point of instance. For example, Informatica. When you say Informatica, then we do not have much more like much more functionality to know what is happening at which kind of instance. But here in Ab Initio, for each and every step you can know what is happening where. But one thing, like exactly I cannot replicate the system in here because like Ab Initio's whatever like higher version is there, that we cannot implement here because that is not present in outside. But the concept behind this can be covered. Okay.
Okay.
One thing, Sheikh, any point of time if you have any query, I am just going through this thing. Any point of time if you have any query, just let me know. Okay.
Sure. Sure. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Fine. Well, so now, as I saw, these are the things which depicts in this PPT. So now comes Ab Initio Solutions. So what is this? Ab Initio software is used in a wide variety of the system, including so data warehousing. You know what is data warehousing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So data warehousing, like, okay, if you are aware of the concept, then that's fine. That's good. Good also for me. So, okay. So this is used in data warehousing. It is used for ETL. It is used for real-time data collection and analysis, CRM, data mining, OLAP, and clickstream analysis. These are all the systems where this Ab Initio software can be used. Okay, so that is the reason there are the various applications, and I think you might be knowing what are these things. Okay, and when you work in actually all these things are not important, but you need to know what is OLAP. Okay, okay, and and data warehousing and data mining concepts and all you might be knowing. I'm not covering in details and all, but thing is that these are the places where we can use the data in Ab Initio software uh, in order to get the maximum processing speed and all. Okay,
Okay.
so now what is the what are the various features again, like scalable parallel execution of the existing program written. So like see, we have something like component kind of thing in Ab Initio where we can, for example, we are have if somebody has written a C program, somebody has written a COBOL program or C++ or any of the program whatever is being written. So what we need to do is there is a feature in Ab Initio where we are converting that program into a particular component which can be used as one, like when you if you are aware of Ab Initio, then I might I am expecting that you might be knowing. If you see the component organizer, there are a lot of components like input file, output file, a lot of things are there. Are you aware of
Y-
that?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a component organizer. Also, they are like sandboxes, and
Correct,
also
correct,
there
correct.
YAML and other things. Yeah.
Yeah. I am just going through the overview. Just if you are aware, then that is great to me. If you are not aware, I'm letting you know. I am telling you, okay. But
Sure. Sure.
for your information check, so there are some places where if you go to the sandbox level, then you can see. Sorry, if you go to the component organization, there is something called component like folder will be there, where we can even configure our our uh, the programs in such a way that that will act as one of the sources. So what are the various sources which can be configured? Like this is one some of the things. C, COBOL, C++, Java, and any other language, we can create one program and we can create that as one of the component, which can be one of the input
Okay.
for the respective ab initio flow. So parallel sort, merge, processing, aggregation, referential integrity checking. So what does this mean? This is something nothing but it is based out of parallel processing architecture, which is ab initio handling. Ab initio is able to handle. So I'll cover that what is parallel processing and what is merge processing aggregation. See, when it comes to parallel thing, all these things are coming into picture and how it is getting, how we are going to handle all these things. So various functionalities like sort, merge, aggregation, referential integrity, this kind of thing. You know what is referential integrity?
Actually not. No, I don't know about it.
See, let me tell you, these are all data warehousing concepts. Let me say before that, I'll let me prepare something for the data warehousing, because that is also important when you are into a data warehousing field. You should know minimum things which which is minimum. Like any interviews or any companies when we are applying, right? Some of the minimum questions they will be expecting from your side. So those things,
Oh,
those kind of things, I'll be covering. So I'll
okay.
give brief knowledge regarding that. So what is referential integrity is, see, you are aware of star schema and snowflake schema?
Yeah.
See, then what is star schema? You will be having a fact table, which is a big table, surrounded by some of the dimension tables, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see the fact table, it will only have the grains as well as primary keys. Have you ever seen that?
I mean, yeah, I read all these things before. I mean, I didn't work in ETL before project, but like I read while I used to study about the other tool
Okay, okay, no
and
problem.
the
That's great.
ETL.
So yeah, yeah. So what is referential
So
integrity? See, yes, yes, tell me.
yeah, yeah, I'm hearing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, actually, what is referential integrity is there will be dimension tables, okay, which will be
Mm-hmm.
connected to the fact table, okay, so that the relationship
Okay.
so how it is getting connected. So the primary key of the dimension tables will be the foreign key in the fact table, okay. That means, for example, in a dimension table, if we are taking one of the key as one of the primary key, or
Mm-hmm.
primary key, for example, we are taking like SSN number, which is a very unique number, and that is the primary key of that same table from the dimension table. But let us suppose the dimension table is nothing but like you can say like financial dimension. Okay, so from that
Okay.
financial dimension, the SSN number, whichever we have taken as one of the primary key, the same primary key will be addressed in the fact table as a foreign key, and by which we can extract the data from the respective dimension table to the fact table. So this relationship by extracting the data in terms of primary key to the fact table in terms of
Okay.
foreign key called a referential integrity. This is the relationship by which we can
Okay.
extract the data. Okay, from the
Okay. Okay.
uh, this is not a big rocket science. This is simply like this is a concept. So same primary key becomes a foreign key when it is addressed in a different table. So that is
Okay.
what is referential integrity concept. So then comes the integrity, and we can do that because when you say like it is uh, it is like when you say it is the fact table, then it will be its value will be in terms of terabyte. So that is the reason it is very high. It is very high, and as it is again getting connected to different kind of dimension tables. So if we create a proper data model and this referential integrity can be checked across the exact key, which makes the respective dimension table very very unique. Then what happens? Then the extraction becomes speed and it will become very good. That is the reason we need before referential integrity. We have data modelers used to check the data quality also, saying on which key we need to which key we need to make it as primary key and which how the referential integrity can be maintained. So these kind of things also we can do. So that like if everything is set properly, then the extractions will be more, because if you have a same data, if you have duplicate data across the same key, then it takes more time, right? And
Yeah,
unnecessary data
yeah.
will be stored. But as when you say it is a primary key, it will never have a not, it will never have a duplicate value as well as null value. So these are the things which is taking care, which is being taken care by the reference rating. When it comes to, then it comes to integration of disparate data, including legacy data. That is nothing but, let us suppose we are our source might be, Unix, might be Siebel, might be directly flat file, might be
Mhm.
some table source, might be from Oracle, might be from Sybase, might be from DB2, might be from mainframe, any of the source. Okay, even in the target also, like same target. So it can integrate the data across different sources as well as different targets as well. Okay, that is the reason it is having a robust functionality to handle the data across different softwares, like different platforms. Then comes to the high level architecture of the Ab Initio software, is shown below. Yeah, this is nothing but like it says like how the Ab Initio software is coming into the picture. See, the application which you develop in the GD, that is based out of Windows. If you if in a in if you in the Unix, if you go and if you in the GD level, if you go to Ab Initio and if you can show, it can show you where the the GD is being installed. Okay, and if you give an echo ab home, there is a parameter called dollar ab home parameter. Okay, if you give echo dollar ab home, it will depict a, the operating system location where exactly the operating system has been installed. And this you need to check actually in the GD by doing an F8 command, or else like in the Unix also it can be done. So you can, okay. So the main thing is that one is Ab Initio GD, where you are developing the graphical development environment, which is called. Why it is called graphical development environment? Why it is not a graphical development environment?
Maybe. Yeah, actually, no idea. I mean, we are developing graphs, right?
Yeah, that is what. Like, see, when you develop an application in terms of Java, that is called Java interface. When you develop a
Yeah.
application in Unix, then it is called a Unix interface. But why it is Ab Initio GD, graphical development environment? Why it is not the graphical development interface?
Maybe we can develop in different environment, maybe. So
Yeah,
it's called
that
a
is what.
graphical development
See,
environment.
how Ab Initio, yes, correct, you are correct. That is what I was expecting. So Ab Initio environment is not dealing with only a single environment. It is developing, we are extracting the data from some different environment, doing some programming on the data, transforming the data which is from different environment, and populating the data also from the different environment. Might be same, might be different. That is the reason, as it is handling different environments at the same single like point of time. That is why it is called graphical development environment, not graphical development interface. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is also an important concept. Okay. So and there are like various components which is already pretty different. What is components? Nothing but if you go to the component library, you can see a lot of Ab Initio features like input file, like a dataset file, database files, transformations files, like various aggregation components. These kind of things. These are all one file. Because Ab Initio internal is nothing but it's a Unix. It will create a Ab Initio script actually. It will create a KSH. If you give an F7 in the JDE, simply open a graph without having any component, just press F7. It will create a script actually. That script is nothing but it will be the deployed script which will be running as part of the graph execution. That is the reason it is told like it is a Unix script which will be running, and if you see the topmost line which is called the shebang line of the script, it will be KSH. That is the reason Ab Initio software will be creating one KSH. Okay, which will be
Yeah.
running across the environment, either it might be Unix, either it might be any other environment wherever you want to deploy the graph.
So sorry to interrupt there. So .kss works with both Unix and the Windows, right? Both environment.
Yeah, if you
This is just
see,
a script, right? Yeah.
no, actually see, if you give an F7 in the GDE, then you will see
Mhm.
the script is getting generated. Okay, that is correct. It is because the shebang line, it is a KSH. That's why it is a KSH. It's a console script. But if you see in details of the script, you will never find there are a lot of commands which is not in script, because which is not in Unix. It is a operating system compatible Unix script. It is not an exact Unix. There are some, because the Ab Initio's software has something like operating system, which is nothing but the core engine of the core engine, or like which is the operating system of Ab Initio, which helps to create that particular script. Okay, that is the reason. That is the reason, like when you see the respective script, it is the Ab Initio compatible Unix script, but it is not exactly the Unix. The same script without having operating system installed in the system, if you execute, that may fail, because there are a lot of Ab Initio variable, like which is being already set in the environment, so that it will, so because of that it runs uh, it is able to run it. Okay, that is not the exact script, but it is the Unix script only. That is Ab Initio compatible Unix script. When it comes in the real time, we used to work in the Unix, but at par with that, we do have an option in Windows and NT also, where that will be creating a back script, dot back script, because all the Windows files will be dot bat extension, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of script is there, but no need to know regarding Windows. Just the real time thing is, like, it will be creating one script which will be nothing but a KSS script, which will be generated as part of the graph execution. Anything which is running in the GD will be a script only. It is a operating system compatible Unix script, you can say.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing is GD, then the component organizer through which you are extracting or loading or transforming the data. Then comes the operating system, which help us extracting the data, or like loading the data, as well as uh, actually this is nothing but the operating system of the core engine of the Ab Initio, which helps us to convert the exact program to a particular script, and deploy the graph. We have lot of things like metadata management, like we are having a lot of air commands, that is nothing but that EME. Okay, EME is now we have EME for like for version controlling, and there are even we are even having like conduct, that is nothing but a kind of scheduling tool, like a scheduling tool, but not exactly for which job it will run, but for which script or which graph is supposed to get it. That is an Ab Initio scheduler. And also, like, we are having something like BRE, which is nothing but the business rule engine, like where we are writing some of the rules, actually, which is not actually, see, I am an Ab Initio developer, you are an Ab Initio developer. That's why we understand input file, output file, transformation, any kind of aggregation, any kind of sorting, any kind of thing which we know in terms of code. But when you become a business analyst, you don't understand any code. There will be one Excel sheet where you want to, there will be one Excel sheet, there will be one, some of the fields will be there. Just do the data entry in the respective fields, and then just generate the transformation. So there is a facility to generate the transformation in terms of for business users, so that like they will get the exact functionality. So that kind of features are there in BRE. Okay,
Okay.
which we this kind of things are not there in any of the softwares, like any of the ATLs. Very
Bless, yeah, it's kind of like breaking right now again.
Yeah, Bless, your voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Can you please try on telephone?
This kind of thing. That is the reason these are some of the advantages. Yeah, is it fine now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like when it comes to conduct it, we are just configuring one graph, okay, in that particular conducting session, and we are calling that graph, and we are again connecting a lot of graphs by the help of some of the methods are there, how to how to execute that graph. It's a kind of, again, a script also only, but in a different way of executing this graphs. Okay, we can do that in terms of Unix script also directly, but there is a feature in Ab Initio itself where we need not have to write any program. Directly we'll set and we'll configure the parameters of the conductor, and we can execute the graph. So here comes Ab Initio software runs in Unix and NT as well as mainframe also. So Ab Initio platform, no problem is too big or too small for Ab Initio. Now comes like as I already told, if when you are a business user, then anybody will come and ask you, sir, which tool I want. I am then the first question you should ask is what is the volume of the data I'm going to expect. If the volume of the data is in terabytes, then blindly you tell that it is best to use Ab Initio. If it is in somewhere lower to that, then tell don't do Ab Initio, because in terms of cost, it is not in terms of other details also. Like data stays, like Informatica and like some Clover or something like that. Okay. Best is when the data volume is very high, then blindly tell that it is best to use Ab Initio. So now
Okay.
Ab Initio has also, you know what is SMP MPP? Symmetrical multiprocessor system and massively parallel processing system, cluster system, PCs. These are nothing but some of the networking, like various kind of networks. How the processor are being connected. Okay, if you
Okay.
are having a,
Okay.
these are all nothing but the parallel processing, architecture in a very high level. Just go through that, you will get to know. Okay,
Okay.
but
Sure.
this is important because Ab Initio, Ab Initio is also working something like that. Okay, with like share memory and like share memory network of share memory with the various processor, like so that like like
Yeah.
it's
Your
a
voice
kind
is
of like
breaking again.
parallel
Yeah.
processing kind of architecture.
Abhilash?
So that our this no fine now.
Yeah. I just heard now. I mean, I didn't heard the part of the beginning, but I just heard now.
Hello. Yeah. I was
Yeah. Would
telling
you go
that
ahead and explain
this
again
SM.
about the? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like when I say like like Ab Initio runs on a few processors or few hundred processors, Ab Initio runs on virtually every kind of hardware. This I've already told, right? Like how Ab Initio is robust enough to handle any kind of data. I told. So
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
how this and the again like architecture is based out of SMP and MPP. This is nothing but symmetrical multiprocessor and massively parallel processor. MPP is nothing but it's a it's just clustered SMPs are called as MPP. You can go through the net and you can get the things, but it's better to know these things because this is all it will help you actually in the down the lines. Okay.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll go through these. Yeah. That's fine. No problem. Yeah.
So now comes like what things which we so these are the various operating systems, Unix and these are Unix as well as Windows as well as mainframe also. These are the various operating systems where uh, Ab Initio runs actually.
Okay.
And these are like important things I can say like Ab Initio like structure. As I saw, as I already told, like it has operating system which is nothing but the Ab Initio engine, GD where we are developing the graph with the help of the component organizers where all kind of you'll get lot of facilities in order to like play with the data and extract the data, load the data, and whatever changes you want as part of this as part of the ETL as part of the business you can do that. And then okay, I'll send you the details again. Okay, check. I think this is not exactly I do have something different also here. Let me I'll send it to you, but for information I'm telling you what is the structure. GD operating system conduct it, and uh, EME and BRE, and these are the various lot of things which is uh, I already have already discussed, right, what are those things and all. So now coming to EME. So when we are any of the system, when we are working, any of the development system will be having like nothing but the version controlling features of Ab Initio. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, Vilas.
Yeah, yeah. EME. There is nothing but EME is called that called as Enterprise Metadata Environment. Okay, where
Okay,
all kind of code versioning kind of things are coming into picture. Okay, that is in a very again that is in a it's a different software altogether where we are where we have these kind of features and a lot of code like whatever like code check in and check out all like see in a real time environment what happens, for example you are working in a sandbox X. Okay, you know what
okay.
is sandbox?
Yes,
No,
sorry, I didn't hear your question.
no, I am asking that are you aware of what is sandbox?
Yeah, actually, sandbox is like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a job, like which is either in the format like .mp or, I mean,
No,
where we have like manage the jobs and it is not okay.
yeah, what you told that is
Yeah,
partially
please.
correct, but
Hello.
sandbox is nothing but it is your own user area. Okay, where you are doing any kind of changes, you can say in a very high in a nutshell. Sandbox is nothing but it's a replica of an
Oh,
existing
okay,
system which you are working on. Okay, from the
okay,
central
okay,
system. See, how I can give a good example. You are going to a library. There is a book called Ab Initio. Okay,
okay,
okay. That book is in its library where. Sorry, leave it. I'm not okay. There is a book called Ab Initio, which is there in the library. Okay,
okay,
you went to the library and you issued the book as per your requirement. You issued the book and you told that I want this book. Okay, you were
okay,
given that book. So now you have gone through that book. Let us suppose you are a Ab Initio, like you are from Ab Initio Corporation. That book is of 10 pages. Okay,
okay, okay,
and you have got that particular book in yourself. You have undergone some of the research and you have added again 10 pages with your own theory. Okay,
okay,
and after adding those 10 pages with the new research and theories, you will again tell that because you have developed that book, so again you are creating the you are imbibing your own changes, or you're inducing the same changes with the existing changes, and you again keep the book with version 2 with the library. Okay,
okay,
that
okay,
is what is your sandbox. When we are extracting the book, when the book is with you and you are doing any all the changes, okay, it will be from your side. Okay,
okay,
and that particular version when it is getting approved, then you are sending to the library when again that is being approved and you are keeping in the library. Here the library is the EME, and the book version which is with you, where you have changed, where you have added 10 pages, that is nothing but your sandbox, and the
sandbox.
10
Okay,
pages which you add as part of your research is nothing but a transformation.
okay, okay.
You got it what I told?
Sure. I mean, that means we don't develop any graphs in the sandbox, right? We just like make changes like check in and check out only in the sandbox, right?
No, no,
Making
no.
edits.
Sandbox is the area where you do everything. That is your own work area. You have to
Okay,
develop the
okay,
graph. See,
okay.
that's what I told, right? You are having a book,
Yeah,
okay, already which is there in some version. Let us suppose version 1. Okay.
yeah.
You are a Ab Initio research guy. Okay.
Okay,
There are only 10 pages in that particular book. But now, as per your new research, you told that no. This feature is not there in Ab Initio. This
okay,
features needs to be there as part of in order to make this Ab Initio tool much more good. So you, as part of a research, you have added feature X with that particular version. So version 0, or sorry, version 1 with feature X means version 2. Okay,
okay, okay,
so that book you have introduced your own theory in that book, so that your information has enhanced, and that particular information whatever with your new information will be again stored in the library, and that will become the next guy when he will refer that, he will refer the version 2, because that is the updated version, not the version 1 which is already existing. Got it?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I got
So
it. Yeah.
here the library is nothing but the EME, which is
Mm-hmm.
creating the updated code or like updated books with the exact version, and you are the developer who has written the book with your research and added some extra 10 pages as part of the your research. Okay, and the book which you have got from version 1, that is nothing but I can say one kind of sandbox area, we which you have manipulated by taking the existing code and
Uh,
new code as part
uh,
of the
eh, is your voice is breaking again?
new research,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have the book from the library. Sorry, I'm telling that, see, library is the central repository where all your versions and all your information is being stored. Okay,
Mhm. Okay.
so you are extracting something. Okay, and you
Mm-hmm.
are again checking in the system, you are after doing all kind of manipulations and testing, you are again checking in into the main library so that the updated version will be maintained, so that the next time when anybody refers, he will be checking out the updated version, not the old version, so that based on the
Okay.
second version they will work again, and that will be the source, that will be the key source of the second development.
Okay. So like, I mean, if we want to make changes with the sandbox, then we check in, right? Check into the
Yeah,
sandbox and make changes. And if we want to save it, like if we want to, like everything is done and if we want to save the sandbox, then we check out later on, right? So it will be updated, right? Abhilash?
no, first you need to do a checkout, you need to mention that which sandbox you need to check out, which
Okay,
sandbox you
okay,
want to check out, that will be into
okay,
your own user area. Okay, sandbox is
okay,
nothing but it's the same replica, man. It is the same library, but it will be a local library to you where you want to do the changes. Okay,
okay.
sandbox is nothing but it's a replica where you will have all the Ab Initio objects like MP, XFR, DB,
Yeah.
components, like whatever like Ab Initio objects are there, everything you will be having in the own local area. Okay,
Okay, okay,
once you are doing with the once you are done with the changes and done with the testing and it is approved by the SME, you need to check in the code into the main central repository, that is nothing but the EME. Okay, so that
oh, okay,
your code which you have done as part of your requirement will be reflecting in the main system. So the next time when you will run when the so from the next time when you will when you again start the coding, then you will do on the updated code which is already checked in the main repository, and it will be having the updated code. Got it?
okay, yeah, I got it, yeah.
That is what is the sandbox thing. Okay, it's simply
Okay.
user area. Okay, nothing else. So graphical method for building business application. So what is a graph? I don't want to cover this thing. You know this thing. Graph
Y- Yeah.
is picture that represent the various. Simply like how we are connecting, there are flows, and the flows can be in the when we will go in detail.
Hey,
I'll
sorry
tell
for
you what.
Agash, sorry. Agash, I'm Vinith here. Sorry for interruption.
Yeah,
Actually,
Okay.
we have a lot of words missing and a lot of disturbance from your side.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
don't
of
know
like,
what
yeah.
is the reason. I am not sure what is the reason. Sometimes it's coming fine, and I am not sure why it is happening. Is it clear now?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
sometimes
clear.
it's clear,
Yeah.
but while when we are going to move on to the next topic, but in between it is missing your words. Even if we can't able to hear a single word. When
Yes. Sometimes, I mean, we couldn't hear like properly. Yeah.
can you do one thing like can you please test on my telephone? There is an option above before the microphone and speaker.
Yeah. We need 1 minute. I am getting a call from office. Can you please 1 minute?
Okay.
Uh, you come. You do one thing. Can you please come directly to Periyar Nagar? Yeah, you tell and directly come to Periyar Nagar. I am in a meeting. Just give a call to Okay, I'll be going and I'll be listening. Please. Hello.
Yes. So, can you try calling by telephone? There's options over there.
Hello, Blash.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
Vinit, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, Blash.
Hello.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
minimize
Vinit.
that web browser. Hello.
This one.
Yeah, your Mozilla Firefox.
You're telling this one or what? Yeah. Tell me. Uh, uh, tell me.
See, go to telephone. Click on go to meeting tab. Okay, you have when if you expand audio tab where we have a telephone and microphone, right? Hello.
Yeah. For me, I could say. Hello.
Yes.
Binit, do you want to call by phone? Like there is telephone options over there.
Yeah, telephone.
Yeah, I hear you breaking.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Vinit. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Sheikh. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, it's good right now. It's better.
No, I don't know. Like when I'm selecting the telephone, right? I'm not able to get anything. That's why again I check for the mics and speakers.
So I mean, you can like share the desktop, like the selecting telephone, is it? What do you mean to
No,
say?
no, no.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Actually, like
We'll say alternate for the like. We'll use, we'll use the TeamViewer
okay.
tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
will send you tomorrow TeamViewer link. Make sure that I will. Abhilash, please download the TeamViewer. Okay, today.
Yeah. Fine. Well, can you, Vinit? Can you do one thing? Can you ping me? That is what is that? Team?
TeamViewer.
1 minute. 1 minute. Let me note it down. Can you tell? Can you please ping me that?
Okay, I will send you an email. Okay, no issue.
Yeah. Send it.
Okay, please download the
Thanks.
TeamViewer.
Yeah.
We will see tomorrow. Okay. Ashik, we will start it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sure, no
Because
problem.
I
That's
don't
fine.
want
Yeah.
to be. I don't want to see these type of disturbances. Like you will face a little bit difficulty to understand what's everything. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's better with the phone, or I don't know. Like I never tried with TeamViewer. I mean.
Yeah, sure. We will arrange alternative. I will give you a TeamViewer link. That will be very fine. No issue. Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Sheikh. So far, like, are you clear, right? Whatever we have discussed.
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, I'm clear. Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever. See, like, I'm giving today. I did not go through any of the things, but thing is that like I'm giving a very overview, like what is the real time environment and how the MAXSOFT software is there. Okay, so in the due course of time we'll be discussing. Okay,
Yes,
it's fine, right?
can I have 1 minute, please? Yeah. So I mean, please. Hello.
Yeah. Please tell me.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm working, right? I mean, it's been like 2 months, and I'm going through all the documents and everything over there. I'm here as developer. This is my first time as developer, so I know the
Okay.
like concepts of like SQL and all those things. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not like a like a perfect one, but 7 out of 10. I have concept of SQL, and also some information on ETL. And also I went to. They have given permission for me with the Unix. Like there's 40 machine installed on the machine, and I've
Mm-hmm.
gone through some of the like queries in the body, and also they are like they have so many documents. It says that there's so many jobs with the scripts like .kss scripts. Also it says that there's like graphs in the .mp and .kss graphs in different applications. There are 13, 14 applications. So I could go to the
Right.
Ab Initio GD, like there's 1.15 version we are working on,
Okay.
and yeah, I can go through the GD and I can see the graphs in there in the application, and I can go and see the graphs, and it says like as you mentioned already, there's a sandbox on the right. We can go and open the graph, open the project, and get the project. Like we could take in into account and see the graphs and click like the you know click on the graph, like some portions of the graph, and I see like what's happening there, the details, description, and like there's
Correct.
one
Correct.
was like input code, output code, some kind of information I'm understanding, right? So I don't know how to like generate these graphs and how to run these graphs, all kind of things. You know, like I mean, I'm working in the production support, but like my senior like colleagues, they are like solving all the problems, and
See,
for me, yeah.
yes, Sheikh, to do one thing. The best way of approaching this problem is, first you try to identify what are the various like autosys job which are running as part of this project. Okay, that is the first thing you need to do because that is the
Yeah.
top level hierarchy. Got it? First you blindly tell that, give me the autosys detail. This is the first thing you have to tell.
Okay.
Abhilash, shall we continue tomorrow? Because I have another session, that's why I have to log in.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Actually, like Sheikh was asking actually, Vinit. That's the reason I was just giving.
I can understand, but actually I have another class, that's why.
Oh, no
Okay,
problem.
no problem. Yeah.
Okay, Sheikh,
Yeah, we'll
like,
talk tomorrow. Yeah,
we'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I will send you a link. I will send you a link to after 1 hour, okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks all of you.
Thank you, Abhilash. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected.